but you can call me Jenni! Women's sexuality. Last weekend I promised you a video about the situation where we are right now, why we are here in this situation with science and culture, why it's possible to have like new information coming up about the clitoris and why women's sexuality is still a little bit of mystery. So let's get into that subject, why we are in this situation. Journalist and writer Sarah Parkmak put it in a good way. She said on her TED talk that fathers of anatomy, and I'm saying fathers because let's face it, they were all dudes. That's it, plain and simple. And if we are looking at the history, like culture, science, we can quickly realize that there has been a major lack of women. And of course this affects to the situation where we are today. By the way, pause, let's look at the last picture. There, we have Madame Courier. Yay! When Canadian sexologist Melody Shivers was finishing her undergraduate degree, she got work with Dr. Kurt Freud. Kurt Freud has studied sexuality and sexual arousal. While Meredith Shivers was working with him, she noticed that there was no studies about female sexuality or women's desire. Only men. And she asked about this from Kurt Freud. Kurt said, "I am a man. Who am I to know what is to be a woman?" That's it. Plain and simple. Finnish physiotherapist and author Kari Heusala wrote this excellent book about female sexuality. And in the beginning of this, he pointed out that throughout history, it has been more than a norm that women and female sexuality has been downplayed, controlled, and suppressed. In year 1882, according to medical release, there was no need to study about female sexuality because there was no such a thing. Hermann Falling, German doctor and gynecologist, wrote in year 1893 that it would be absolutely nonsense to even think that young women's sex drive would be anything close to young men's sex drive. Beginning of 20th century, famous Austro-German psychiatrist and author Richard von Krafft-Ebing thought that mentally and physically healthy women has very little interest on sex. In 1910, Havelock Ellis, English doctor, writer, progressive intellectual and social reformer, claimed that lack of sexual desire is normal state for women. And yet, in 1965, there was this extremely weird project made by Swedish doctors and scientists. They dig up Queen Christina's skeleton. Christina was Queen of Sweden from 1632 till 1654. And she was famously one of the most educated women on 17th century. Christina was interested in religion, philosophy, mathematics, and alchemy. And because of this intellectual nature of Christina, some rumors was born. She was believed to be intersex. So like, what? Like, too smart to be a woman? And because of this, in 1965, some group of scientists needed to dig her skeleton up just to find out that she had normal female genitals. But don't get me wrong, I don't see this as some sort of a war, women against men. I don't blame anyone. First of all, it doesn't solve or change anything, but mostly because even the most intelligent one of us are still humans and product of its time. Mercy. My point is mercy. So far we have studied this much, and so far the culture has been like this. Luckily, a bit over 30 years has been revolutionary for female sexuality, and these new studies that has been shaking these ancient beliefs. But the process is slow, and it does feel slow. Mainly because we are living at the time where you can find a lot of information about a lot of different things, and yet still, sexuality, female sexuality. Well, I would say science has taken its first steps to discover what that is and what it can be. If you like this video, please subscribe or maybe leave some comments down below. There's gonna be a new video next Thursday. Till the next time, hey! Christina was Queen of Sweden from 1632 till 1650,